a little bit curious about the first time you came with books. Do you remember what books you brought him and what thoughts you made about the books before you took them for him?
Absolutely. The first book I gave him is a book called The Impersonal Life by Joseph Benner.
It's a classic now.
Love the book. In fact, about 20 years ago, the publishers of the book put out the Graceland version with Elvis's, in fact, I have a copy here. If you would like me to, you want to take a moment, I'll go get it.
Yeah,
and show you.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see
Hold on just a minute.
Okay. Okay, I didn't know that version.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. And that is with Elvis's underlining.
Oh, yes. So let me get situated here. So in this book, I mentioned, and it's explained in the introduction, what I told you, how I gave Elvis this book that became his favorite book. In fact, we made a movie at MGM called Harem Scarum. And after Elvis made a movie, he would give everyone that worked on the movie, all the crew and the sound people and the lighting people, all the extras and the actors, and everyone got a gift from Elvis. Elvis said, Larry, go and get me about 100 copies of The Impersonal Life. And so I did.
That's amazing.
And he gave one to every person. So that's the first book I gave Elvis.
Can you just, for the people who don't know it, Larry, can you tell me a little bit about the book and what it was that made Elvis so fascinating about the book?
Right. So when I got to the studio, Elvis comes in and he sits down, and I give him, he says, you bring me any of those books? First thing he says, I said, yeah, and I give him The Impersonal Life. He opens it up and he says, oh my God, look at that. Because the book was originally published in the 20s, and the publishing company was Sun Publishing. When Elvis recorded his first music, it was Sun in Memphis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So the book is about Christianity, only coming from it from a very spiritual point of view. It talks about the God within everyone. The spark of life is in every person, and every person has a soul, and every person can grow and achieve and actually sit in the presence of God. You know, said, my God, I never read anything like this before. This is the kind of stuff I want to get into. This is what I want to know about. I want to get deeper into inspiration. I want to get directly into what this is all about. So this is a very interesting book, and a lot of Elvis fans have read it because Elvis read it. And the book has become a spiritual classic. And it talks about the still small voice within, that everyone has that voice within them that is the voice of God. And this really moved Elvis. This really touched him. And I'm going to give you an example, a living example. When Elvis sang, and actually he produced his first album that gave him a Grammy. It was gospel music called How Great Thou Art. And we went to Nashville, Tennessee to record that album. And when Elvis was getting ready to go to the studio, he said, Larry, listen, this is not just movie songs that I've been singing. This is not rock and roll music. This is God's music. This is holy, sacred music. And I'm not going to use this voice of mine until I know that my ego is out of the way. I'm not going to get out of this chair until I hear that still, small voice within me, letting me know that I'm ready to sing songs like this. So turn the lights down, let's pray and let's meditate. And that's what we did for about 10, 15 minutes. And we were sitting in the silence in a darkened room in a motel in Nashville, Tennessee. And after a few moments, I heard Elvis say, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready to sing. Let's go. And all this information he got from this book, The Impersonal Life.
Yeah, it's amazing. But
so over the years, I brought Elvis every book that I had ever read and more. And the very last book I gave to Elvis, I gave to him about 8 or 9 hours before he died at Graceland. And the name of the book is The Secret Search for the Face of Jesus. And it's about the Holy Shroud of Turin.
it's the one by Frank Adams, right? Frank Adams is the author for the book.
Frank Adams,
Yeah.
exactly.
Do you know how much, and now we jump a little bit in it, but how much did Elvis manage to read before he died? Do you know anything about what page?
Not much at all.
No.
He couldn't have.
No. Okay.
Elvis's body was found on the floor, and the book was clutched to his chest. So he passed. He died.
Yeah.
Reading that book.